The Minnesota Timberwolves, their top trade candidates, of course, it is Donte DiVincenzo and Julius Randle. And I know for a lot of you, you're thinking, well, they just got them. I was actually someone who was a lot more hopeful and actually optimistic that this fit was going to be way better than most people had initially assumed or thought. I thought, people were overreacting, but I'm gonna be quite honest, it's not working. And if they want to save this season, either they're gonna have to figure that out, which Chris Finch is a good coach, but people also forget that Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert. I know Karl-Anthony Towns was hurt the first season, but they still took a full season to figure it out, and these guys didn't even have a full off season to figure it out. So the Minnesota Timberwolves are underperforming to start the season, and Ant recently called them out, saying they're soft as hell and not doing what their coaches say. And however many of us, it is all 15. We go into our own shell, and we're just growing away from each other, is what Anthony Edwards said. He says, we can see it, I can see it, the team can see it, the coaches can see it. So clearly the team is not, vibing. The message is not hitting the same as it had in the past. And that is a problem, especially when you acquire Julius Randle and Donte DiVincenzo to give you the cap flexibility and to extend the window that you felt had been peaked with Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert and Ant. And we always knew Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert was an awkward fit. But as Anthony Edwards pointed, the chemistry for the team overall has not yet developed after a seismic trade at the start of training camp. And coming off of shoulder surgery, Julius Randle has been an efficient shooter from the field, but his rebounding rate is the lowest of his career. Coach Chris Finch worked with Randle during their time together in New Orleans and knows his game well. So there was actually optimism for a better cohesion as the season progressed. However, Randle has a $30.94 million player option. And if he doesn't mesh well with the Timberwolves teammates soon, he could be a candidate to be flipped again ahead of the deadline. It's worth noting that Naz Reid is seemingly a better fit and is only making $15 million next season. And he has the support by the Minnesota front office as they developed him. And for context, Reid averaged 19.8 points and 8.5 rebounds when he played 30 to 39 minutes in 24 career games. Fellow newcomer Donte DiVincenzo has struggled mightily shooting the ball, and coming off his career high with the Knicks, he's just had a slow start. And executives around the league still believe his 40% of shooting from three past few seasons and the perimeter defense will allow the Timberwolves to have the flexibility to trade him if desired. Look, we got to do something, guys. I'd rather trade Randle before we trade Donte DiVincenzo. Just saying.